The better you are emotional intelligence, the better you will be with women. The more women want to be around you. And the way you can cultivate your emotional intelligence is by a daily reflection journal,
where you focus on your emotions first and how you can manage them more effectively.
In conversations, try to identify the emotion behind the other person's words and validate it. For instance, it sounds like that really frustrated you.
So now she's gonna dive deeper. It propels for more expression.
75% of men are in a crisis and will stay in that crisis. They don't pay attention to what I'm about to say. But the one I'm talking about, it's not one that money can change or buy. It's a skill set. It's one that we as men have to cultivate and work on just as we work at our jobs. Because according to statistics, 75% of men will wander through life single and lonely, trapped by their own social limitations. Most of these social limitations come from not seeing an example of a healthy relationship with a man and a woman, especially in their childhood. So men were taught that the cure for this is financial gain.
So we work hard night and day. We achieve success
and realize it's not the complete cure.
That's why you have guys who are the richest men in the world.
Billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, they get divorced. It's the reason why the wife of a Saudi trillionaire cheats on him with the pool boy.
No money in the world could save their relationship.
It's a skill set that every man should master before getting married. And I could teach a masterclass on this, but that's for another video.
You're gonna get 6 social skills
that you most likely haven't heard of that will make women around you addicted to you. The reason these work is because they're based around principle.
And a principle is a law. An example of a law is gravity.
Whatever goes up must come down. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But like I said, that's for another day. Back in my early days, I was the epitome of awkwardness because my idea of confidence and charisma was mimicking the loud extroverted person, thinking that that was the key. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. I struck out not just once, not just twice, but consistently. It was a cycle of self-doubt and missteps until one day I had an epiphany. I realized
confidence wasn't about volume or bravado. It was about having a plan, a strategy. It dawned on me while I was watching a chess match. Every successful move on that board was calculated, not just to show a force. And that's what the concept of strategic confidence hit me.
That's when the concept of controlling the room hit me.
I got it. I began to see social interactions as a game of chess. Not in a manipulative way though. More in a sense of being thoughtful, being observant, and most importantly, being strategic.
5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
I've gone from being the super awkward guy to being the awkward guy that people are drawn to, if that makes sense. And here's the kicker.
I didn't have to change who I was. I just changed my approach. And that's why I'm here. I want to share with you guys the strategic plays, 6 of them, that transform my social game.
These aren't just tips. They're the playbook.
And I'm your coach.
Big brother, father role. A woman leaves a man or cheats on a man when he's not in these roles. Embodying a father or big brother role can build emotional connection rooted in emotional trust, protection, provision. Those are what we know specifically about these roles.
This mentality should be the whole basis of your relationship with a woman.
And I won't go too deep into this. You don't have to have money to do these things. What you can do is learn to speak in metaphors relating to her experience. So if she's telling you something that she's going through, pain, hurt, she's happy, whatever it is, and she needs advice, you don't want to directly tell her what to do because she probably won't listen. You want to tell her an analogy. You want to speak in a metaphor. It shows wisdom. You come off as a guide, right? You're giving her the opportunity to still make a decision based on her. You're not telling her what to do. And she'll appreciate you for that.
When you speak metaphorically, you get past her mind and you speak to her subconscious.
It uses conversational indirect hypnosis to guide the person to a new insight or state of mind. Say something like this. You know what I found interesting? When a woman is about to have a baby, that's when she goes through the most pain in childbirth. And then when she has that baby, she forgets about all the pain she went through. Because the reward of having that baby is a lot more than the pain that she went through. So every time in life, when we're going through something that's very painful, that means we're about to deliver something. We're about to manifest something. Compared to telling her, go to therapy, work out more. Those things are good to say. But like I said, anybody could tell her that. When you speak metaphorically, a guide, you become a guide. You establish yourself as a guide in her mind.
A personalized compliment based on observation.
Offer a compliment that shows you've been paying attention to who they are, not just what you see. A lot of people make a mistake of just giving empty compliments.
You look good. You fine. You sexy. Sexy. You sexy. You sexy.
Your compliment should have a motive.
I admire how passionate you are when you talk about this subject. I mean, it depends, bro. It depends, right? Whatever situation you're in, you want to plant a seed, brother. I guarantee 1,000 dudes have told her she's sexy. Sexy.
A good compliment that's based on observation is, I admire how passionate you are when you talk about this and that and this. This kind of personalized acknowledgement is very appealing to women. The Pygmallion Effect. This is when you set up an expectation for your interaction with the person, how they treat you. You can frame it in a compliment. I'm looking forward to our interaction. I've heard that you're a very kind person. That expectation you just set is definitely going to influence their performance. And now they're going to try to meet that expectation. I've heard great things about you, and I've always admired how you treat people. I'm eager to see what the hype is about. The compliment should be to set the tone for how you guys communicate with each other. Master active listening. You'll be shocked at how impressionable this is for a woman.
Whenever you're talking to a girl, practice the solar technique.
SOLER technique for active listening.
Sit squarely, facing the person. Open your posture, take up space.
Sit squarely facing her. Open your posture. Lean towards her. Maintain eye contact and relax. The solar technique is going to foster a deeper connection and demonstrate your interest. Another way is by summarizing what the person said with a follow-up question to show that you're paying attention. For example, she tells you about her day. You say, so what you're saying is, summarize, ask him if you got it right, and then ask him what happened next. And you can literally make her talk about everything doing that.
Summarize, validate, ask her what's next.
Nonverbal communication. Attention is currency to women. And when you can communicate nonverbally, it makes a woman feel exclusive because you're either paying attention to her at a high level, which shows that you're interested, or you're really good with women and have a lot of experience with them. And you can cultivate this by just observing people in public places and try to interpret their emotions based on their body language, smiling with your eyes, sneezing. All it takes is squinting your eyes just a little bit. Right? It's going to enhance connectivity and rapport. Create a handshake. Give her a nickname. Make her feel exclusive. Principal contrast. The human perception is heavily influenced on contrast.
We assess the attractiveness and the value and our desirability of something not in isolation, but in comparison to other options.
If you give a homeless man $1, he'll be appreciative. He'll be so thankful. If you give a millionaire $1, he might give you back. When you're approaching a girl. So going up to her after a less favorable option, because what that's going to do is going to highlight and contrast and increase your perceived attractiveness.
But in comparison to other options.
Sudden departure. When you guys are both enjoying a conversation, just excuse yourself and leave unexpectedly, but not in a rude way.
Say something like, I really enjoyed this conversation, but I have to run. How about we catch up another time?
It's going to pique her interest and leave her wanting more. There's a form of anticipation. Tips that you can use to make women addicted to you. Because, bro, you need some new tricks. You need some new tips. Because doing the same thing, expecting a different result, is a sign of insanity. Everyone knows a guy who sends 100 DMs to 100 girls in a day or tries to talk to every girl. And doing that, I mean, you can definitely get lucky, of course. But at what cost? Right? I'm more so trying to get you to focus on quality over quantity. Anybody's social skills can be adjusted and improved to make women addicted to them. All it takes is confidence, but not blind confidence, because I've seen a lot of guys who claim to be confident strike out all the time. Think about TV show characters like Jazzy Jeff or Johnny Bravo. The confidence I'm talking about is the one with strategy, a plan,